on a beat.
June 19th, 1865, more commonly known as Juneteenth, marks the day Union troops arrived in Galveston, Texas, and told over 250,000 enslaved black people they had been freed 2.5 years prior with the Emancipation Proclamation. President Lincoln had issued the proclamation on January 1st, 1863, but it only applied to Confederate states. Texas, then a very remote location and lightly occupied, didn't enforce the law and was the last state to free its slaves. On June 19th, General Gordon Granger read General Order No. 3, stating all enslaved people were now free. Celebrations began almost immediately with prayer meetings, food, and song. But Juneteenth isn't just about a delayed freedom. It became a symbol of the long road to justice, celebrated annually, especially in Texas. Juneteenth grew into a cultural holiday, and in 2021, it became a U.S. federal holiday.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy KKC, and we are back with another video. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content. Some folks say Juneteenth is just another paid day off, barbecues, sales, and surface level support, but others, they say it's sacred, a celebration of freedom delayed but not denied. One side's throwing cookouts, while the other side's asking, where's the real change? No reparations, no justice, just fireworks and hashtags? So is Juneteenth progress or pacification? Let's talk about it, pull-up team. Make sure you leave a comment in the comment section letting me know what you think about Juneteenth and how you will be celebrating. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
As we know, we just experienced a great loss here in Louisiana. One of our grandest and most well-known plantation experienced a fire and burned down completely.
Yes, Nottoway Plantation.
Are you familiar with Nottoway Plantation?
Oh yes. I was like, oh my God, like this is like real, like it's really gonna be gone. I was just so heartbroken. I was actually in tears.
We spent weekends there with
Yes,
our kids.
So you guys have actually stayed on that, on the ground.
We stayed in the house.
The house.
So some people are actually rejoicing that this plantation is burned down and they're glad it's gone. Why do you think that is?
I think it's because they don't actually know the true history of the place, and I just think that if they would know the true history of the place and just read details and just actually get to know it instead of believing what they think, it's like I don't think they really learn, the history.
Well, what is the history of the place?
The history of the place is, I think, their ancestors. They should be more appreciative of what the ancestors have done for this place, because without the ancestors have done in this place, it's still here. I mean, that's amazing that it's still here after all these years of 160 something years of being there this long. And, I think they should take pride in the work that they've done to it to keep it this long. I mean, it really breaks my heart that they feel that way about it. And, I just think their ancestors would really be upset with them right now.
Juneteenth is for Black Americans only. Not for my fellow Haitians, not for Jamaicans, not for Trinidadians, Black Puerto Ricans, Black Mexicans, Black Indigenous, Black Americans. Let them have a day. Let them have a day. And if there's any day for them to rest, it is Juneteenth. Leave them alone. Let them have their day. Don't make it about you. Don't fish for content on Juneteenth, trying to find a reason to make it about you. Oh, why can't we celebrate Juneteenth? No. It's for them. They've earned it. Let them have it.
So this for the ones tomorrow that say Juneteenth isn't a real holiday. You don't believe in Juneteenth. Make sure you at work tomorrow. And if your company is closed, it's okay. Just make sure you call HR and tell them you don't want the holiday pay. Stand 10 toes down. Stand on business. Y'all been standing on business this whole time. Continue to stand on business. Juneteenth ain't a holiday. So why should they pay you? For the other ones, enjoy your day off. But for the ones that's against it, go to work.
Juneteenth is tomorrow, guys. But what are we doing? Like every holiday, you know, like 4th of July, they have fireworks, Christmas, they open presents. Juneteenth has been celebrated in different areas of the country, you know, for years. But now that it's a national holiday, we need to establish like the core things that happen on Juneteenth, regardless of what everybody does every year. That still has to be established. Colors for Juneteenth is red, black, green, and sometimes people add in yellow. But someone said a red velvet cake should be served every year on Juneteenth. A cake or cupcakes. I kind of like that idea. What should be a dish served every year, regardless of whatever else been served? Should there be like a dish, a traditional dish for Juneteenth? Like, we need a meeting. A meeting needs to be had. I would love for there to be a drink. A mocktail drink. I mean, of course you can have alcoholic, but I'm talking about a mocktail drink that can be served to anyone, to the aunties, to the children, the grandma, grandpapa, whatever. I would love for it to have like the colors, red, green, black, or even yellow, or even one that's layered. Like where my drink makers at? Mocktails or whatever. We need something to signify the colors in any way, any aspect. Regardless if whatever they try to take away the holiday, whatever they try to do, we still celebrate it. If social media is nowhere to be found, or TikTok is nowhere to be found, we know what to do. We already know what shirts, what color, what food to make, whatever. That has to be established. Let's get this together, guys, because I'm excited about Juneteenth. Are you?
Some of y'all don't know what Juneteenth is, so I'm here to break it down for you. The Emancipation Proclamation was signed by Abe Lincoln all the way back in 1863. However, it wasn't until 1865 that Union soldiers made their way all the way down to Galveston Bay, Texas, and announced that over 250,000 slaves would be freed by decree of the Emancipation Proclamation. And this happened on June 19th, the birth of Juneteenth. So, we don't celebrate the day the Emancipation Proclamation was signed as the ending of slavery because it took a long time before all those slaves throughout the country were actually notified. We didn't have social media and telephones and text messages and email to let all the slaves know you're free now. It actually took Union soldiers, many of whom were black, to march from the North throughout the South and announce to the world that slavery had ended. For all you black people out there, live it up. Celebrate, barbecue, hang out. Be happy to be black. Be proud to be black. Be happy to be free. Or, you know, as free as you feel in this country sometimes. And for all you non-black people, celebrate. Slavery's over. You know what I'm saying? It's still something to celebrate. Even if your people, your ancestors weren't enslaved Africans. If you're not black, you can tell a black person happy Juneteenth. If you're black, you can tell a black person happy Juneteenth. A non-black person can tell another non-black person happy Juneteenth. Why would we choose to not celebrate the ending of slavery? And it's not critical race theory. We keep bringing up bad things, therefore it's going to make black people hate white people. That's not what we're talking about. We got Labor Day as a federal holiday. Come on now. People will tell you happy Valentine's Day. Don't even know what Valentine's Day is. People don't celebrate the 4th of July and think that it's going to make us hate Great Britain. No. People don't celebrate Mexican Independence Day to make people hate Spain. We celebrate Thanksgiving every year, and some of y'all still think that the Pilgrims and the Natives was cool. Pick up a book, brother. That was not cool at all. I just came on here to say, don't make it weird. Juneteenth is something worth being celebrated. Some of y'all been celebrating your whole life. Some of y'all didn't even know Juneteenth was a thing. But it's a thing. And, yeah. Happy Juneteenth.
Don't let them play in your face. Tomorrow is a federally recognized holiday. And they will not pay us time and a half for it if you have to work. Ask your boss. I'm telling you, they playing in our face. They play.
So before we all celebrate Juneteenth, here's a few quick reminders. It is not a generalized freedom day. We're not generally celebrating the freedom of all and the freedoms for all. But Juneteenth in and of itself is a celebration of the liberation of Black people in Texas. It is one of many freedom days. Freedom days being the days that Black folks celebrate the abolishment of slavery when our people received it at different times. Because unlike news now, news traveled way slower and was sometimes held up, but I'm not going to get into all that. The point is, Juneteenth is not a celebration of generic freedom. It is a very specific celebration that was conceptualized and celebrated in Texas that now we have adopted to commemorate the abolishment of slavery. We can't even call it the celebration of freedoms because there's still a lot of freedoms we are still fighting to have. And while we have witnessed the whitewashing of this holiday over the past few years, to now folks putting in their away messages that they're celebrating Juneteenth as a celebration of our collective freedoms, when we weren't collectively considered chattel, realize the power of what Juneteenth says. For one, Juneteenth is a huge family holiday. The first thing that those folks did once they realized they were liberated was to go to a specific park to go and find their family members. They came back the following year after their liberation to celebrate that. Hence the beginnings of Juneteenth. It started off with family at the root. It is a true and quintessential celebration of independence and the most quintessential freedom holiday that we have. Because how can you be free if you're not free to operate in your own body? Juneteenth is a celebration of liberation, and it matters more and more these days. So please keep all that in mind. And to those directly impacted, happy Juneteenth.
Hi, happy Juneteenth, everybody. For those who do not know, Juneteenth is the emancipation of enslaved people, the end of slavery. Although it was 900 days after the Emancipation Proclamation went into effect and 71 days after Robert E. Lee surrendered to the Union and 24 days after disbanding the Confederate Military Department in Texas. On June 19, 1865, Major General Gordon Granger arrived to Galveston, where 2,000 federal troops were awaiting his command. His orders were clear: inform and enforce the proclamation from the Executive of the United States that all enslaved people are free. And Joe Biden signed the bill making Juneteenth a federal holiday. There will be celebrations, barbecues, picnics, and even historical reenactments. It's also a time to honor our ancestors and remember their journey and realize what we're made of. The color red symbolizes resilience and joy, and that is demonstrated in the red food and beverages that are traditionally served, like red velvet cake, strawberry soda, and my favorite, red wine. Now, according to historian Mitch Ketchum, the celebrations of the end of slavery have three goals: to celebrate, to educate, and to agitate. And I'll just leave that right there. Enjoy!
So the colors of Juneteenth are not red, black, and green. The colors for Juneteenth are red, white, and blue because in 1865, June 19th, 1865, when the people of Texas were finally let known that they were in fact emancipated. That's happened in Texas. Number one, Texas flag is red, white, and blue. And whenever you see the official Juneteenth flag, it has the star in the middle to represent Texas. And the colors red, white, and blue because it's American history, and this happened on American soil. And when the flag was created in 1997, they wanted to symbolize American history. I'm gonna leave the information in my caption, my caption. So just know that the colors for Juneteenth are red, white, and blue, and here is the official flag right here. And so if we could, this Juneteenth, if we could start incorporating the red, white, and blue flag, I would really appreciate it, especially being a Texas native and knowing and understanding my history, being American history. I would be really appreciative if we celebrate Juneteenth using the official Juneteenth colors, which are red, white, and blue.